Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The rolling rhythm of the train was almost hypnotic, but tension buzzed louder than the tracks beneath the wheels. On July 17's episode of The Young and the Restless, the mystery of Damian Kane's murder, or supposed murder, continued to twist its way through Genoa City's most elite, leaving devastation, doubt, and dangerous questions in its wake. This wasn't just another soap opera murder. This was a masterstroke of deception. Damian Kane wasn't a beloved figure, but he was important. Too important to die quietly. Too connected to fall without shaking the foundations of every Newman, Winters, and Ashby involved, and now, Nick Newman, usually the protector, the hero, stood at the center of it all, holding the knife, almost literally. It all started with the discovery. A dagger, thin, elegant, and unmistakably stained with blood, was found near Nick's cabin on the train. The whispers began immediately. Was Nick drunk? Was he set up? Or was this rage building from years of family tension and personal vendettas? Nick couldn't believe it. It's a setup, he insisted, pacing the cabin as Phyllis Summers stared him down, half believing, half doubting. Someone wants me out of the way. Phyllis, torn between love and logic, urged him to calm down. Nick, they found it near your room. The staff saw you arguing with Damian just hours before the party. You're not making this easy. But Nick had one name in mind. One name that kept echoing through his head, Kane Ashby. While Nick panicked, Lily Winters cried silently in the observation car. Damian wasn't just a business associate. He had feelings for her. Complicated ones. And even though Lily never reciprocated them fully, his death still crushed her. But what tore her apart more was the growing suspicion that the man she once loved, Kane, might be involved. She stormed into Chance Chancellor's temporary office aboard the train with trembling hands and a USB drive. You need to see this, she said. It was security footage, short but shocking. It showed Damian entering Kane's room, but never leaving. Chance leaned back. Do you believe he killed him? Lily hesitated. I don't want to. But everything about this trip has felt wrong. Chance knew he had to tread carefully. The evidence was mounting, but this case was murky. Too many motives. Too many secrets. Nick wasn't about to wait for Chance to figure it out. He cornered Kane in the dining car, mid-meal, mid-plot, depending on whom you asked. You killed him, Nick hissed. And you're trying to make it look like I did it. Kane didn't even flinch. If I wanted to kill someone, it wouldn't be Damian. It would be the man accusing me of murder. Nick lunged, fury written in his eyes, but Phyllis grabbed his arm just in time. This is exactly what he wants, she whispered. Don't give him more reason to bury you. The room froze. Every eye was on them. Amanda Sinclair, observing from the corner, took mental notes. Her gut told her Nick was innocent, but the law needed more than feelings. Later that night, Amanda sat alone, watching a backup copy of the train's surveillance system. One clip stood out, a shadowy figure in a staff uniform slipping into Damian's room with a tray of drinks. She paused the footage. Not a waiter, she murmured. Too tall. Too confident. She enlarged the image. The figure turned slightly toward the hallway mirror, and there it was, a reflection of someone who shouldn't have been anywhere near that room. Amanda's eyes widened. It wasn't Kane. It wasn't Nick. The game had changed. Back in Genoa City, Victor Newman was livid. No one threatened his family, not without consequences. He called Nikki into the office. I want full press coverage clearing Nick's name. And I want every scrap of dirt on Kane Ashby and Damian Kane by morning. Victor's plan was already in motion. If Nick was being framed, someone powerful had to be behind it. And that meant retaliating with even more power. He made a silent vow to himself. If Damian's death was a game, I'm ending it permanently. As the Newman media machine launched its defense, Amanda delivered her findings to Chance. They cross-referenced staff photos with the video and identified the man in the uniform, but here came the twist: he was one of Damian's former bodyguards, dismissed a year ago under mysterious circumstances. Chance's eyes narrowed. That means Damian knew he was in danger. Even more shocking? Damian had changed his will a week ago, naming someone unexpected as sole heir, his assistant Carter, and Carter was nowhere to be found. While chaos reigned on the train, a new mystery unfolded: Damian's body was missing. It had been placed in cold storage pending autopsy, and then disappeared overnight. Some believed Kane moved it to hide evidence, others whispered a wild theory: Damian wasn't dead at all. Could the poison have slowed his pulse? Could the stabbing have been staged? Was this all one elaborate plan to fake his death, escape his enemies, and start over with Carter? As Amanda asked Chance, what if the victim orchestrated his own murder? Tensions on the train exploded by nightfall. Nick, finally at his breaking point, locked eyes with Kane once more in the corridor. I'm not going down for this, Nick growled. You already are, Kane replied with icy calm. The only question is, will you take the fall, or make someone else your scapegoat? A scuffle erupted. Chance had to intervene, but the scene was caught by another passenger's phone and leaked within the hour. Social media exploded with hashtag Nick did it and hashtag justice for Damian. Victor made more calls. He wasn't just fighting for Nick now. He was fighting to control the narrative. Meanwhile, Amanda, Phyllis, and Lily gathered in a hidden cabin with a whiteboard covered in clues. They began to map it all: a motive. Damian blackmailed Kane and tried to sabotage Victor. Opportunity. Carter had full access to Damian's schedule and medications. Setup. Nick's fingerprints were on the knife, but no prints from Carter or the ex-bodyguard existed. Lily gasped. What if Carter and Damian planned this together, and Kane is just collateral damage? Amanda nodded. Then Nick is just the fall guy. Suddenly, Lily's phone lit up. A message from an unknown number: he's not dead. Not yet. Morning. The train stopped near a remote countryside manor, a planned detour. Authorities boarded, but before they could arrest Nick or Kane, another figure emerged from the shadows of the dining car. Damian, alive. Smirking. Calm, every mouth dropped open. I wanted to see who would break, he said. And you all did. Every single one of you. It was a test. A cruel, elaborate, psychological experiment. One that exposed betrayal, greed, love, and loyalty. But for Damian, the game wasn't over. I've rewritten my will again, he told them. And the heir is the one who passed the test. Everyone stared. Suspicion, rage, and relief battled across every face. Nick, freed from suspicion, walks into the sunrise, haunted but whole. Kane, rejected by Lily, returns to Genoa City. Bitter and furious as Victor begins a covert operation to expose Damian's manipulation, Phyllis watches Nick from afar, wondering if his innocence means a new beginning. Amanda returns to the shadows, still watching, still waiting, and Damian? He disappears again, leaving behind only a chessboard with one final move missing. Was Nick framed? Yes, brilliantly. But even more dangerously, the whole murder may have been a manipulation far grander than anyone imagined. With Damian alive, the game resets. Enemies shift. Trust crumbles. And Genoa City braces for the next twist in a story that's only just begun. Because in The Young and the Restless, no death is simple. No truth is pure. And no one, no matter how righteous, is ever safe from the shadows of power.